Hello, Noble Knitter. It's Nancy Queen, and I want to knit a sweater with you. Here's what I'd like to do. About 6 months ago, a YouTuber and TikToker named Liv Huffman knitted a Harry Styles sweater by J.W. Anderson. So then she went ahead and asked her audience to send her some crocheted swatches, and she put it all together and then made this really cool sweater that I was totally obsessed with. And I just got to thinking, why aren't we doing a sweater like that? I would love to put together a knitted version with squares that you send to me. So let's do this. I have a P.O. box. I'm going to be checking it in about a week. Let's talk about the requirements. I need you to make a square, so 4 inches by 4 inches. It can be any color, any yarn weight, any stitch style or texture. You could do stripes, solids, intarsia, Fair Isle, cables, you name it, anything. You could put zippers on it, you could put buttons on it, whatever you want to do to make it creative and make it your own so that it really stands out in the sweater, go ahead and do that. Or if you just want to make it garter stitch, knit every row, you can do that. I want to give you a couple of references though, because I know that people are going to want to know, well, how do I make it 4 inches? If you look at any yarn label, and I'm going to show you a few different weights here, it will have a gauge swatch on it already that's 4 inches by 4 inches. So this one, for example, Premier Serenity Chunky Yarn. So that's a number 5 from the Craft Yarn Council, so it's up on bigger needles. This gauge is 11 stitches to 4 inches, and that's usually over stockinette stitch. Knit 1 row, purl 1 row. You'll know that gives you a good reference of how many to cast on, because I don't want one that's 4.5 or 5 inches or 3.5 inches. I really need it to be 4 inches to be able to piece these all together properly. So use that as your starting point. Here's another one. This is a fingering weight, super fine, but the gauge here is 28 stitches to 4 inches on 2 needle. You're just going to want to reference that in any case. Here's a Lion Brand Landscapes. Oh, and if I forgot to mention, this is Premier Cotton Collage. But like I said, you can use any weight, any brand, any yarn you'd like. One is a number 4, which is a medium worsted weight yarn. 16 stitches to 4 inches on this. So that just gives you a range of where to start. You're going to knit it that wide, 4 inches wide by 4 inches high. Send it to my address. I'll pick it up in about a week, and I can't wait to show them all to you, and hopefully I'll get enough swatches to make a whole sweater. That's my goal. Help me out, and I'll see you in the next video.